Welcome to this episode of Asana Learning the Basics. My name is Jerry Colbert, and in this episode, we are going to be learning about cards within boards. Coming up next. So here we are within Asana. And if you have watched some of my other episodes, you know that Asana is a great tool to use if you are a content scheduler wanting to create content for YouTube and you need a way to schedule this in a visual representation. So in this episode, I'm going to be going over the cards within the board section of Asana, how I utilize it, and why I think it's a very awesome tool to use for content scheduling. So here we are. As you see, my boards are already set up here, and I'm going to set up a actual new project and show you how to get started on all of that. Okay, so I have a video templates. I have all my stuff in planning stages, in production, post-production, scheduling, and published. But if you want to create a new project here within Asana, you can just click on the project button, and let's call this YouTube scheduling. Did I spell that right? I don't know. Anyways, and then what I do typically is select the board layout, and it's public to me, and so I create the project. Once that project has been created, I can now go ahead and, as you see when you click on more, there it is right there, YouTube scheduling. What I can do now is click on Add Columns. So the first column I want to create is Planning Stage, because this is where I plan out all of my YouTube videos. So I want to create a planning stage. This is everything that I plan on doing, but I haven't started filming it yet. I haven't really started editing it. I haven't scheduled it, and I haven't posted it to YouTube yet. It's just my idea for the video. So this is where planning stage comes in. So I go ahead and create that planning stage column. Then I create another column called In Production. Very simple. Another column called Post Production. Another column called Scheduled. And another column called Published. So there I have it. I have my 5 columns here: planning stage, in production, post-production, scheduled, and published. All right, so what I do here is in planning stage, I'm going to create a card. And the way you do that is you click on this little plus icon right here. And so what I'm going to call this card is my YouTube video. Whoops, can't spell still. Now you can call it whatever you want, whatever the title of your YouTube video is, that is what you're going to name it in this card here. Once you do that, you can click off here, and then you can go ahead and go inside this card. And inside this card, you have several things you can do. Let's say, for instance, you are working with somebody else. You can assign it to them. You can assign it to yourself by clicking on that and clicking that. Or you can add a due date of when you want to start production on this video. You can like this video or like this card. You can go ahead and add a tag. So let's say you want to add a tag to this. Now, in order to create a tag, you can, if you've already created a tag, you can just go ahead and type this in and it'll pull it up. But let's say, for instance, you don't have a tag yet. You've just started. So when you click this and you say, my YouTube video, maybe that's the tag you want to call it. Or maybe you want to call it whatever the name of your series of videos is going to be, like Chopped Liver. Whenever you create this tag, it's going to say right here, new tag, and you want to create it called Chopped Liver, and all you do is you click on that, and when you click on that, it goes ahead and tags this as chopped liver, and therefore anytime you want to create a tag associated with chopped liver, all you have to do then and therefore is to go ahead and just type it in, and it'll automatically populate, and you just click on it because it would have already created it. But for this demonstration, since I don't want a tag called chopped liver, I'm just going to choose one of my tags I already got here called exercise. Okay. So now that I've created this right here, all I do here is there is a subtask if I ever want to create subtasks, which will go in a little bit later episodes. We have attachments if I ever want to attach something to this, like a picture, some sort of file that I want to have someone else work on or what have you. And then you have your three dots here: delete task, copy task, mark as dependent on. Now, just an FYI, you see this little icon here, this little gold icon right here? That means that that's a premium version of this program, or where you have to upgrade. So you can't use mark as dependent on unless you upgrade to one of their premium plans. But for the most part, Asana is free, and everything else you would never need for content scheduling is available in the free version. You can also copy task URL, merge duplicate tasks, convert to a project, print, or full screen. Now that brings into mind what I wanted to tell you is, even though I call these individual things projects, they're really technically tasks or cards. Your actual projects are right over here, but for what we're doing, we're going to call each one of these things projects. Okay, it's just how Asana sets this up in their database, but we're calling these projects. Now, you can always type in the description of what this YouTube video is about. This is about how to run backwards. So you can just go ahead and type in whatever you want. Another cool thing is that you can add comments to this. So let's say you wanted to add a comment: looking to create my first video. Maybe you want to leave a comment on this, or look into thumbnail graphic. You know, just kind of making yourself little notes or what have you. And you go ahead and put that on there. And so as you see, even though you have the name of your video here and you have the actual description, you also made yourself a little note here. And also other people can see your notes and such and see what your intentions are. Or maybe you want to comment on something else. Hey, I don't like, maybe you've added a graphic to this and someone else has created the graphic and they have edited the graphic and they posted it, and you look at it and you say, well, not sure I like the font. Please look into changing. So each time you leave a comment, you know, you can, people will see that and they say, oh, okay, I'll need to look into doing that, and so forth and so forth. Also, on each one of your little things here, you can pin to the top if you want, so that the person who's editing this, maybe there's a whole bunch of comments in here, and you just pin this to the top and they say, oh my gosh, I messed up on the graphics. I got to fix it fast. You can go ahead and do that. You also have a like button in case anybody who you're working with wants to like your comment or what have you. So this is how you add a card within the boards here. Like I say, you can also add a due date. Maybe you want to start production on this on tomorrow, so you go ahead and enter that. As you see now, it has added a line here, and it keeps track of everything you've done on this project so that you know where your changes came from, so you can follow it in case there was ever a miscommunication somewhere along the line with you and whoever it is you're having help you with this project. Now, as you see in some of my other episodes, I have the planning stage here, then production, post-production, scheduled, and publishing. Now, I also will, once I have now scheduled this for production, I will go ahead and move this over into production, and I know now that this has been scheduled for production and it's in production, and I am now working on it. And you can, if you've seen in some of my other videos, like right over here, you can create a nice little checklist to keep yourself on track on what you need to go ahead and do here. Okay, so you create yourself a little checklist and so forth and so forth. Now, back to the YouTube scheduling here. So once I've finished production of this, then I just move the card over here to post-production, and now I have a checklist of things I need to do on post-production. Once I'm done with that, I move it to scheduled once I schedule the video and I've uploaded it, and then I move it to publish once I am completed. So that is the progression of a YouTube video. Starts off in planning, goes to production, goes to post-production, scheduled, and then published. And that's the end of it. So that is basically how I do my YouTube scheduling here in Asana. Now, if you've seen in some of my other episodes here, I also add any kind of digital files that I'll need for the product or for the video. I'll add it in here. I'll add also my script that I want to put in the YouTube description. I'll go ahead and get all that taken care of, and so forth and so forth. So you can do a lot with this program here. Also, if, like for instance, back to YouTube scheduling, if you want to have a conversation with someone concerning this whole project, you can start a conversation here just by clicking here. What are we doing today? And so you say, looking for things to accomplish, please get back on it. So you can carry on conversations within this, and then somebody else can reply to your comments saying, we are lost, please help, the closet is very dark. And so people can comment on it if you have other people assigned to help you, see, and you can invite people over here. You also have your calendar here, which can tell you when you are when your tasks are scheduled. And just so you know, I learned this a while ago. This is a Monday through Friday calendar here. So if you want to show the weekends, just click on the weekends, and voila, you have Saturday and Sunday now. So this is the calendar for underneath this project. You also have the progress of your tasks, as well as any files you want to attach to this said project. Now, of course, since I create different projects within this project, they're sub-projects, these are projects here, putting files into here would be pointless because I might have several different videos going on in this planning stage, so I'll want to attach the files technically to each one of these cards. So there you go. That's how you go ahead and create cards within boards here in Asana. Now, if you liked what I did here in this video and you learned something new, or maybe you just kind of wanted another idea on something, please click on the like button down below. And if you have any questions or you have suggestions for other videos that you want to see concerning Asana, please leave me a comment below as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you want to see more of these kind of videos, please click on the subscribe button. And so without further ado, I wish you a great day, and let's be more productive. Thank you.